What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review, home of the Wolf Pack, your number one source of cryptotainment to get you out of the bear market. We have new shocking news coming out of the FTX bankruptcy filing. Also, Genesis gross misallocation of resources. We got Richard Hart. We have the Hexicans and the Hex community absolutely imploding with the SEC lawsuit. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the charts.
You big old sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my chair looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want to 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. 2 really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
Bitcoin on the weekly chart does not need a life preserver when it is this close to the bottom. You can see this trend line that I've drawn. It crosses the horizontal support of about June 1st, 2019. Now, this coincides with what I was calling since 55K, right around that 13K range. I still think that this is bottom. I still think that we are going to flush down here. Bitcoin on the daily chart is building a little bit of an ascending triangle. I think we could get a pop from here, but I am not sure that we can get above the S2 pivot of about 18K. Remember, even if we can get above the S2 pivot, even if we can get above the S1 pivot, we have the 20K resistance. It was fierce support, and it is going to be as fierce of a resistance. Could we get an intermediate pump down up to about 20K? Yes, that is possible, but I still think we're going to collapse and fall. Now, Bitcoin on the daily chart is looking a little bit better. We have an ascending triangle here forming at the S3 pivot. The probabilities of this breaking to the upside is very high. Now, remember, we have the S2 pivot, we have the S1 pivot, we have the 20K resistance. It was support, it was fierce support, and it's going to be as fierce as resistance, but I don't think that we're actually going to make it up to 20K. I don't think we're going to get past the S2 pivot off of this pump before we fall all the way lower.
No way, no way, no way, no way. No way. Where's it gone?
Oh my god, how far does that go?
Josh?
The Sam Bankman-Fried saga continues like a cheap Netflix documentary. We're finding out that part of the $9.4 billion hole in their balance sheet includes billions in personal loans to buy luxury properties, even allegedly bribing politicians, lobbying a certain party at the very least. And yes, guys, in this video, that is Katy Perry. Let's not forget, she was hired by FTX. Talk about a blatant top signal. Now, remember the hack from last weekend. It was indeed FTX, as Bahamas say that they ordered him to hack the exchange and fork over the funds. Now, the Bahamas is the 35th largest ETH whale, holding about $330 million of ETH. Hey, El Salvador, this is the proper way to acquire cryptocurrency without getting wrecked. Even though it is mega bullish that another country finally adopted cryptocurrency, I am really happy that there is an ongoing investigation, and the person leading this is no other than Maxine Waters, where I believe there is no conflict of interest with SBF, even though she did blow him kisses. I mean, who wouldn't want to get a little cooties from SBF? I think the main takeaway from the last bull run is these high yielding platforms have no choice but to go bust during a liquidity crunch. What does that mean for El Salvador's Bitcoin backed bonds that are yielding 40%? Are they going to default on their sovereign debt? Well, Nayib Bukele posted that they have officially launched purchase offers for the external debt due in 2023 and 2024. He also said that they will be buying a Bitcoin every single day, which really doesn't say much because their treasury already has 2,381. That would take them 6.5 years just to double their treasury. Now, cloud chaser Justin Sun also said that he's buying the dip at 1 Bitcoin a day as well. So will a Bitcoin a day keep the sovereign bond debt default away? In 2017, the total crypto market cap pumped from 8 billion to 800 billion. Then it corrected 88% to 100 billion. In 2022, we pumped to all the way to 3 trillion in market valuation. Now we currently lost the big T, down 75% to around 800 billion. Now, if we were to correct to 88%, we're looking at about 315 billion. That would put Bitcoin well below 10K. And according to Peter Schiff, that is where Bitcoin belongs. He cites that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is trading at a 41% discount to spot Bitcoin price. That puts us in the range of about 9,500 to about 8,500. Now, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is not real Bitcoin. It is a trust that wants to be an ETF. However, it is a good representation of the institutional interest in Bitcoin. I admit Peter Schiff does have a point here, but is it really time to abandon cryptocurrency and start buying gold? My answer is maybe, considering the CEO of Ledger Nano S has more gold rings than Mr. T. However, I do pity the fool who uses a Ledger Nano S because they did have a data breach and leaked all of my info to every single hacker on the dark web. Now, this has been a hard year for cryptocurrency. We have seen an implosion, a painful collapse of centralized entities in the crypto space. But I am happy to say that DeFi has been doing quite well. Now, DeFi peaked at $5.8 trillion between 2020 and 2021. Even in the depths of the bear market, DeFi has still processed over $3.8 trillion in transactions. Now, is that wash trading? Is that wash trading between monkey picture NFTs? You be the judge of that. High DeFi transaction volume makes me bullish that the crypto space is going to survive. It makes me feel like people are starting to get smart and realize why we're here to begin with. To remove counterparty risk, to hold your own keys, to get rid of middlemen, not to give your money to some centralized exchange. Even the trusted ones like Genesis were using monkey pictures as collateral to give out loans. No wonder they were begging for $1 billion in a loan bailout before halting withdrawals. Sadly, the FTX contagion is not finished yet. We have more pain to come. The bankruptcy filings are showing that JP Morgan and Wells Fargo even had exposure to FTX. And Binance, the world's biggest exchange, just did the kiss of death by taking a picture with Paris Hilton. Guys, this is a lesson. We all have to hold our own keys and use actual real DeFi. I mean, even Drake knows this when he posted a picture of his diamond encrusted Ledger Nano S that would make even Richard Hart salivate. Unlike Gisele Bündchen and Tom Brady, Drake is not affected because he didn't trust his money to a centralized counterparty risk. Remember why we are here. Remember the rules of crypto. Are we going to get justice for the billions of dollars that people lost trusting FTX? Well, probably not. Because where is Suzu? Go Kwon is nowhere to be found. And look at Chrissy Mashinsky. She is just dancing around and still withdrawing money from the Celsius contract. Even Alex Mashinsky got himself a documentary, Richard Hart style. So remember why we are here. Hold your own keys, hold your own coins. That's why Wolfpack has not been affected.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
It is with a heavy heart, I have to tell you, our favorite day trader with the most reliable calls has stepped down as Speaker of the House. And yes, I am just as surprised as you that she wasn't glued to the chair. Now the Speaker of the House says that she will not try to run for re-elections as the Republicans take over the House. We are hoping that they have a little bit more crypto-friendly lawmaking. We will have to see about that. But for now, the Trader of the Year has stepped down. And I am receiving breaking news that this is her new office. Hex on the daily chart looks about as fun as being trapped in an Uber with the Hex Joker. It looks like we are below the 21 exponential moving average. We have rejected the S1 pivot at about 0.033 cents. Remember guys, if we cannot touch this white line in a downtrend, we are technically in a free fall. Even though Hex has been very resilient considering the FUD, it feels like all the small sellers have capitulated and only the big whales are holding and their hands are strong for now. Now the S2 pivot right here, we have to hold 3 cents. If not, it's a long ways down to about 2.2 cents. Unfortunately, I think we are going to get there because yes, the big whales are not dumping, but a lot of people are not going to buy into all of this FUD. Well, it appears that the Hex SEC lawsuit is real. I mean, we have some of the major Hex influencers stepping down out of the limelight. We even have hexologists hanging up the lab coat. Hey, fate really does love irony, as I outlasted hexologist, knock on wood. But now I do believe that this Hex lawsuit is not just against the influencers, because the SEC would not have jurisdiction to enforce against the influencers if Hex was not a security, and the SEC does not launch subpoenas without a formal investigation. It is safe to say that we have a formal investigation into Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX, and it could be labeled a security. This is a major setback for PulseChain, but I have to tell you guys, PulseChain was nowhere near coming soon anyway. They haven't even done the renovations yet.
On the PulseChain data center in a while, so I thought I'd just give you guys a little tour of where we're at. Got the raised floor and the framing for the walls done. Next is drywall for those walls. Working on tearing out all of the electrical from the building and just doing all new, nicer panels. Starting to take delivery of all the materials to put a new roof on and new siding. Goal is to have the first nodes up by the end of the year.
I don't know, that looks like a pretty big project, but let's hope they get the nodes up by the end of the year, which is about a month. So let's see if he can get it done. Look, so you've seen my channel has switched. I have a different format. In case you don't know, I got demonetized for reuse content because I was using too many memes and stuff. So this has to be the new format. I still want to have the same formula and stuff like that, and I hope you stick with me through this change. You know, I had to pivot before, I have to pivot now. This is how it goes sometimes, okay? A little bit of an update, so you know I'm not going to be making these meme style videos, only doing live streams here starting about December the 2nd, November 30th, something like that, because I have booked tickets to Thailand. I'm going to be traveling Asia a little bit, but I will be doing vlogs where I talk about crypto, and you know, I have some pretty good like cinematography, you know, like I have some pretty good vlogging skills. If you want to look at some of my previous videos, I got a drone and all that. It's going to be super, super fun. So if you want to see that, like and subscribe. Also, when I'm out and traveling, you know, I don't have time, I don't have hours to make a video, but I will be live streaming, and of course I will be keeping up on cryptocurrency. Okay guys, so thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the new format. I'm also building it, I'm making more graphics, I'm making more transitions, things like that. We're still going to have memes and stuff, we just have to tone it back a little bit, okay? But anyways, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, join the wolf pack, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.